Hey Dan. Well, the time has finally come to open up our little gold box here and take our subway car into Atlantis.
Looks like I've started this thing. Ow.
Now this is the second sort of dark area in the game.
Amazing. I must be hundreds of feet below sea level, yet there's enough air pressure to keep the water out. It's impossible. Except if that were really true, I'd be dead.
So once again, you can walk around and try to find things in the dark.
It's an ancient airlock.
Here you are. There's a wood thing here,
It feels like a ladder.
which you're going to need. And cross over to the right-hand side, and you'll find this stone rubble.
It feels like a steep, rocky incline.
Use the ladder with it.
The ladder is in place.
Then you can walk up. And you can see as time goes on, the screen does start to brighten. It's as if the contrast is being turned up.
It feels like a stone box.
Once again, you come across this stone box, open it up,
It's open.
and then inside,
It's a metal rod with an opening on one end.
find this metal rod, which you can pick up. And anytime you've got a small opening, use orichalcum in it, basically. It's a simple rule of the game.
It's a stone box.
Now, while you're here, make sure to pick up the ladder, because you will need it inside. And we have this large
It's a
doorway
heavy bronze
blocking
door.
us. But we've found another spindle. So place the stones on it, as before. Alright, and checking our lost dialogue of Plato. Was it the rising sun breaking night's grip above the fiery peak? So, use the stones. So the rising sun breaking night's grip. Is that the new moon? Above the volcano. And we'll try it in alignment with the horns.
That didn't seem to do anything.
Okay. Now let's see if we can get this working. When we were on the other side, sort of needed to be there. When we were in the map room, it needed to be there.
That didn't seem to do anything.
I do wonder if it just sort of has something to do with where Indiana Jones is standing in relation.
The mouth of the statue opened.
There we go. So yeah, I wonder, because he's standing on sort of the left-hand side, if you sort of have to make the adjustment for that. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme or reason that I've been
It's a
able to figure
statue,
out.
and its mouth is open.
He's so excited by that. Once again, anytime there's an open mouth, there you go. Of course, don't leave your stones behind, because they will be necessary right up until the ending. And I think that's everything. You can have a look
I can't reach it.
at the,
It's a statue, and its mouth is open.
wonder if we can close that back up.
It's closed.
It's again very surprised. And so we have made our way into the outer circle of Atlantis. So we have this overhead map view. There's Indy. It's much like walking through the streets of Algiers. Now the soldiers can find you, and if they do find you, they will fight you. If you lose that fight, the game will be over. So you do need to avoid them as much as possible. And aside from that, the first thing you need to do is just explore all of these rooms. Some of them will be empty, but some of them, I believe this is always the same. Yes, some of them have very important items or very important things in them, such as this large machine.
It appears to be a tube running back into the machine.
Which
it's a bronze
is missing a piece. So you can see there's a bronze wheel on this side, and there's none on this side.
Looks like something's missing.
So that's one thing that we need to find. And this is actually a machine for making orichalcum, because you will need more beads to complete this section of the game, or to complete the game. Alright, and in this one, there's a grate in the wall, which you can open up, and then travel through. Aha! You can see here, Sophia is being held captive by this guard. Let's see if we can...
I can't reach it.
Nope. So Indy is sort of looking at it through this vent.
It's another one of those stone robots.
And sure enough, you can use your orichalcum in it. And he suffers a rather grisly death. And there's nothing else you can do from this position, but it is necessary to get rid of that guard in order to rescue Sophia. Alright, there's one more room in this quarter for us to explore. And there's nothing in there. Alright. So you can either continue on clockwise or counterclockwise. You can see each section will have a soldier in it. There's another grate we can explore. And this will take us to another section. So that's a fast way to travel between the two opposite sides of the ring. Alright, so we don't have what we need for this room yet, but you can see there are all of these crabs coming in and out of these tunnels and going into that pool there. But we can go and grab what we need for that. You can also see there's this section here that you can't access through the hallways. You actually need to find a tunnel to get into one of those rooms. Alright, and here are some robot parts.
You'd think the Atlanteans wouldn't be such slobs.
Including, on the wall, this bronze gear. And we'll see what's on the other side of this tunnel. And here we've just moved from this room to that room. But while we're here, oh yes, there's one more for us to explore. And you can see them very helpfully labeled. This is the crab room, where we will need to come back. Alright, and here's another useful item. So we need to cross this little gap, use the ladder. Walk across.
It sure is ugly.
And here's this statue.
Surely this is not the cup of a carpenter.
Little Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade reference. But you can pick up this stone cup.
It's an empty cup.
walk across, but don't leave your ladder behind. Make sure to take it with you. Now while you're here, you can go into this sort of outside ring and continue down the hallway here. Go all the way around to this rubble. Here's an old Atlantean left behind in a subway.
It's a cage of ribs, more or less intact. Now, this might be useful. You won't miss a few bones.
And now we're going to head back to the crab room. Now we may need to... Nope, looks like the soldier is going to stay out of our way. Very good. And we can just tell Indy to go straight to the crab room. Because what we need to do is trap ourselves some live food. But in order to set the trap, we need to bait it. So, use the sandwich with the rib cage.
The cage is now baited with some food.
Now we'll stick that into the pool.
I hope this catches crabs.
Wait for a moment. There we go.
There's a feisty crab in there.
And we've got our crab. Now we can head down here into the sort of lower right corner and keep exploring. Nothing useful in there. We can go to this section.
It's got a wide open mouth.
Now, you can see there's this pool of water, which is actually blocking the door.
The sentry statues have it locked up tight. The sentry statues have it locked up tight. It seems to be blocking the doors.
So we're going to have to get rid of that water somehow. Now I'd like to get past this guard. So if I duck into this little corner here, he should just pass by. And then we can sneak over and get the rest of what we need. We'll check out what's on the other side here. Alright, so now we've found the vent that will get us close enough to Sophia that we can talk to her.
Sophia?
Yes?
Are you all right?
I'll feel a lot better once you open this cell.
Did you miss me?
Put it this way, even your company beats this cell.
I just crawled through a mile of mud for you.
It was a picnic compared to life in this cell.
But there's nothing else we can do from here, so we'll just go back. And there are these 3 more rooms for us to look in. Another thing you'll notice is that when you go in and out of rooms, it tends to reset where the soldiers are. Alright, and that was the tunnel that has brought us into this locked-off section. And here is the missing bronze spoked wheel that we will need for
Must
the
have been part of
large
some ancient machine.
orichalcum generator. All right. Aha. So we're nearly ready for this room. There's one other item to get before we can use this. Which is this one here.
It looks like a stone fish head. It looks like a cross between a bull and a fish.
So you take the head off of that statue, take it back to the lava room, and you can see here there's this sort of a similar head on the front of this.
What an archaeological find!
And this is just constantly pumping out lava. So if you place the cup on the pedestal, and then use the statue head with this little plaque here, Indiana will automatically let it fill up with lava.
It's full of lava.
There we go. And there's one other item that we will need, which may be on the other side of this grate. Here we go. It is another of those eel sculptures, just like the one that was found in Iceland, which, if you will remember, was able to melt itself out of the ice once a bead of orichalcum was placed inside its mouth. But first, we need some more orichalcum, and we actually want to avoid that soldier there, so we'll let him go up and explore, and then continue on his route before we go into the machine room. Now, in order for this to function properly, you put the bronze spoked wheel on the peg here.
Now that looks much better.
And then pour the lava into the funnel at the very top. And having done that, the machine will spit out some fresh orichalcum beads. Now, very important, make sure you take the spoked wheel with you, because you do need it later on as well. And then grab the beads.
Well, well, orichalcum beads. I'll put them in the box too.
And now we're going to head back to that room with the heavy door in the pool of water. And let's just see where this soldier is going. Is he coming up this way? Nope. Okay. So we can probably... Oh, no, he's going to come back this way. So if we pop into the room and back out again, It's another way that you can get past the guards. Give him a little bit of space. Let him go up and around. And we can actually pop in here and back out again as well. There we go. You can see he's moved over there. Move back into this section of the hallway. Wait for that guard to pass. Where's he gonna go? He's going back up. Ooh. Alright, so we need to get rid of the water first. So use a single bead.
Hey, it's getting hot.
Sculpture. And that's enough heat to evaporate all of the water away. Then use another bead with the fish statue. And the sentries will open up the door.
It's all that's left of the eel statue.
And now you can walk on through. Alright, Dan, that's how you get through the outer ring of Atlantis. I'm going to hide in this corner. Next time we come back, we're going to try to free Sophia, get to the heart of Atlantis, and see if we can't uncover the mystery of its great power. Alright, Dan, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.